I want to read today a section from page 4 of my book, The Gunning Down of Michael Brown. It puts in context the events that took place back in Ferguson and the events that keep repeating themselves, especially because this section talks about some occurrences in Maryland in the time of Frederick Douglass. We can connect it better to Freddie Gray, because he was murdered in Maryland. Well, I'm going to read this section. It's from Frederick Douglass's The Narrative, and which I quoted on my book. I quote, "His savage barbarity was equaled only by the consummate coolness with which he committed the grossest and most savage deeds upon the slaves under his charge. Mr. Gore once undertook to whip one of Colonel Lloyd's slaves by the name of Demby. He had given Demby but a few stripes. When to get rid of the scourging, he ran and plunged himself into a creek and stood there at the depth of his shoulders, refusing to come out. Mr. Gore told him that he would give him 3 calls, and that if he did not come out at the 3rd call, he would shoot him. The first call was given. Demby made no response, but stood his ground. The 2nd and 3rd calls were given with the same result. Mr. Gore then, without consultation or deliberation with anyone, not even giving Demby an additional call, raised his musket to his face, taking deadly aim at his standing victim, and in an instant, poor Demby was no more. His mangled body sank out of sight, and blood and brains marked water where he had stood. A thrill of horror flashed through every soul upon the plantation, excepting Mr. Gore. He alone seemed cool and collected. He was asked by Colonel Lloyd and my old master why he resorted to this extraordinary expedient. His reply was, as well as I can remember, that Demby had become unmanageable. He was setting a dangerous example to the other slaves, one which if suffered to pass without some such demonstration on his part would finally lead to the total subversion of all rule and order upon the plantation." That's the end of the quote. So this is what America is about. This was Frederick Douglass' time. That's about maybe 150 or so years ago in the eastern shore of Maryland. And what has changed really? So I think with that we get a better understanding of this problem. And thank you.